Hello everybody, I'm BeardBoyOG, and today I'm going to show you how to build a epic cave base in Minecraft Caves and Cliffs. So first with this cave, you want to do is take all of this stone in the bottom layer out and replace it with grass blocks. For like a cave, usually this is really nice looking when you're building in a cave. You could do like regular wood if you want to, but in my opinion, when you're making a cave build, it's cooler to have this stuff just grow into the cave. So you want to do as much of that as possible, but the more you go in, keep some of the stone just here. We'll worry about this later. You want to keep those there, those stone blocks, leave them like that, because as you keep going in, the more likely, you know, grass would not grow. So theoretically, the grass as you keep going and going and going is going to lessen till we get to this point. I have a plan for here, so keep doing that and go to about this point here. So next, after you have your grass, now if you really want to, you could, if I can stop pressing these buttons, you could remove these. I think it looks better as a path, having some of this here, because it's bound to not grow everywhere, especially when you're in the dark, which, that's a segue into lighting. So for me, I like using shroom lights. They're really nice looking, they're easy to get. All you have to do is find in the nether, all you have to do is find a crimson forest or a warped forest. And what I do, I'll usually just put these on the top. They're really good sources of light. Every distance that's like matches each other. The best thing to do, I'm just doing this willy-nilly, is press F3 and look at the light level. Once you have about light level 0, you should want to place another block, but I'm gonna do this because it looks a little nicer. But you want to keep doing that. Find your places where you want to put them, and you'll have your light in here. Now, the top of this, you're gonna want to fix if it's like this. Now, I made this cave artificially. I used TNT and went in a diagonal direction, then down to make my own cave, so it doesn't look like a traditional cave. So the best thing to do is to get rid of blocks that kind of destroy the cave look. So if we, let's see, do that, get rid of those. We'll replace that later. Just get rid of blocks that just look like it was part of an explosive. Like, I think this is fine. You can get rid of those. That makes it nicer. You can get rid of these. This entire section here can be completely replaced with stone, because stone still looks pretty nice when used in a cave-like build. So you'll want to go and place stone all over here, just so it looks more uniform and more nicer. We're gonna mess with some of the decorative aspects with this ceiling of this cave base here in a sec. But before we do that, we want to just cover as much as possible to make it not look like it was, you know, a part of an explosive nuclear site. A cool decorative thing to do is to make a little pond for yourself in your cave base. I love doing this kind of stuff, so let's get a water bucket really quick. And then, here, you can just easily mine it out any way you want and make a little pond area. In my hardcore, one of my old hardcore worlds, I had a pond inside my cave base, and I was really proud of it. It looked really nice, so I'm going to go one more into there. I do want some kind of shape, so we'll get rid of those. replace those here. So that gives us some kind of shape. Then we can go one more deeper on most of the sides. Because the fish are gonna potentially, you know, they want to have somewhat of a deep pond. So once you have that, you can easily just start filling it up with water. Then you can put your fish in. Let me get out of here really quick. Like so. Obviously, you see there's a problem here. When you're in survival, it's a pretty easy fix. You just want to find the spots where you're going to place them. So, notice the more we place them down like that, the more they're going to fill up. You want to go on every block corner that you can possibly can and just hit it. Because if you have like trouble trying to fill this in, this is the best way to do it. It's just to hit every single corner. Now that we have that, we can grab some of our, like, let's say, bone meal. And you can easily bone meal the bottom of this. I did not put the bone meal there. Oops. Bone meal. Oh, I still had it in my hand. And you can just bone meal the bottom. Very simple. And then you can put some fish in here. For the sake of this, we're going to go and put in some tropical fish. And now you have yourself a little pond. Now, you might be like, oh, I might want a waterfall. Well, you could do that as well if you really wanted to. And see, suddenly we have a waterfall here. Now, it's not the greatest look. We don't want that. They can go up that, so you don't want to do that. So I need to grab a bucket to fix that, because it's difficult in this game to do it. There we go. We did not do that right. You see what happens? Ah, we're going to have to fill this in. Oh, look what I've done. Could you stop? Could you dissipate? Finally. Water physics can be dumb, pretty dumb, kids. They can. That does not look good. I messed it up. Let me fix. Okay, I fixed it. It's better now. Fish still, they're all down there. They'll swim up. It's fine. Here, you can continue on with the grass if you really want to. We have like a kind of natural shape coming in. We can end it about right here. Like so. You can fill this in if you want. Now that you have all this set up, you have a little nice area. You might want to decorate the top of the cave and all that. So what you can do, very easy, you can grab some vines. Or you can grab some glow lichen. And you can grab some leaves if you really wanted to. If I could spell leaves right. So we'll use jungle leaves for this example. And you can just start going around. Place them in places to make it look like it's overgrown. That's the best type of caves, in my opinion, is when they look like they're overgrown. Like they overstayed their welcome. Those are the best types. So, bam, bam, bam. It adds a little bit of detail everywhere. This is one of my favorite parts of making a cave base, because they're always really fun trying to design the leaves and making it look like they're overgrowing. It's always fun. So we can like make one here. Have it go down. So let's... have something like that. Not like that. We'll keep it like this. That looks better. And you can easily just start putting vines all over the place for a little bit of extra detail. They'll start growing once you place them on the walls, so be careful. If you don't want them getting too big, then you're going to want to make sure you have like a spider web right at the end of them, or some kind of block that can stop the growth. You can also do this with some glow lichen. They won't grow unless you legitimately use bone meal to grow them, as you can see. So we'll use glow lichen. This is another form of light, so it'll help the light levels that are, you know, not growing as much around your cave base. Another kind of vine that block that I like is the glowberry. You also can use something like the blossom, the spore blossom. This is a great way to get some like atmosphere in here, so we can place it like, not there, we'll place it right there. Actually it does better right here. This will suddenly put spores around the area and just gives it a unique look when you're going in here, and when you have those spore blossoms just everywhere, it makes it look nicer. So we can put one like right here. Yeah, it gets rid of that one, but we can be like, oh, maybe it's growing from that. Then, if you really want to, you can go and put some of these there. Glowberries. They're a really nice looking block, and they're a form of food if you really wanted to eat something of this. Now, I'm not going to leave them there. We'll put them, like, here. And usually they'll grow on their own. It's very hard to get those glowberries to spawn there. It's a decently small chance. But to guarantee, you can just bone meal them, and they'll immediately grow glowberries. This is the best way to farm glowberries, in my opinion. See? You can easily just click the same one that you're using to click to grow the glowberry, you can easily just harvest as well. So it's, if you have like a lot of bone meal, you could really get a lot of glowberries. So next on the agenda is working on some of the walls, so we can like start doing something like this maybe. That doesn't look too good. That there, having like some of it where it's like in the wall, making it look like it's a part of the wall, like it's been a little bit worn out. It's always a good thing to add here and there. It's best to do it though with as much as the wall as possible, but you don't want to go overboard on it because it could ruin the build. Because in my opinion, cobblestone is not the best block in the world. It's not the best looking, but when you can use it appropriately in your builds, they can look really nice. So like bam, 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 bam. That adds a little bit of detail to your cave build. Now here's the outside. So what you want to do here for the outside, it's very simple. All you have to do is go find some kind of wood. I like using oak wood. It's a nice looking oak wood block, you know. And you can make it look like support beams. Oh, hi, creeper. Once you have that, you can easily mine these parts out if you want. So you can go like that, and then you have this little support beam area holding in your cave. You can even go one higher. You can do whatever you want with the shape of it. I'm just giving you a general idea of what to place down. You can use any block of wood logs that you want. Now maybe to give some not variety but like consistency with that, maybe let's say you go right here and you decide to do it here as well. So bam. Just so you have consistency. Now I'm not going to keep this there because I already have most of the build laid out, but you get what I mean. It might actually look better going like this. Not like that though. Bam, bam, bam. Place it here. Giving you a little bit of ideas what you can do. See? It kind of looks like support beams. We can get rid of those. It makes it look like support beams. It looks nice. Could you get out of here? You know what? You know what I can do for you? Oh yeah, they don't despawn. Oops. Okay. looks like you guys getting a little bit of combat. A little bit of combat action. Where'd he go? Oh, I might want to use the sword. Use the sword. But pretty simple. Once you have this shape, like here, we can put a room. Very simple. Very simple. So we can do a bed. Let's get a red bed, because red beds are nice. We can get some chests in here. That chest plus. So we can get some chests, maybe an ender chest. Maybe a couple of furnaces if you're into that. Obviously, you're probably going to need furnaces if you're playing Minecraft. Crafting table is always an essential. And like back here, we can put the bed, so like we have a perfect spot right here, maybe. You can put a little side chest, a little bed chest right next to your bed. Maybe you want to go double bed. I'm not a judge. Who knows? This might be your Lovecraft world. I do not judge. You can easily place the furnaces and all that where you want. So like we can place the furnaces right here. We can go like 4 furnaces, maybe 6 furnaces. Hell, maybe 8 furnaces. You can have a wall of furnaces. So a good place for chests. Where about chests? Oh, maybe someplace like right here. It's great to use the space when you're doing these kind of builds because it adds more detail to the wall. I say the more detail, the better, in my opinion. It makes the build just come alive a lot more, especially since when it comes to a cave build, you can make like a mega base and use less resources for the outline than our regular base, which makes this, to me at least, a really cool build to do. And there's a lot of cool aspects that you can do. So like right here we can do storage, and then we can put one of those there. We can do one of those there. Very simple. Now you might be thinking, hey, what about an enchanting setup? Maybe I want an enchanting setup in my cave. Well, that's what I'm going to show you here in the next part. So, I have this right here. You can go here, or you can continue on over here. Doesn't matter. You can make a little room for your enchanting setup. This could be your enchanting setup for all we care. So, I'm going to make a little enchanting setup area, so like maybe we get rid of these and we can do it here. So like let's do bookshelves. And then let's get ourselves the enchanting table. And if you're going to have an enchanting table, you're going to need... Where is it? You know what I mean. That's not the right button. Oh, I'm showing... I can't remember the name. An anvil. Sorry. I know Minecraft. I actually play Minecraft a lot. I'm a multiple year... Not multiple year. I'm a almost 10-year veteran in Minecraft. And I forgot what an anvil was... the name of an anvil was for a sec. I am not a noob, I swear. So once you get your very simple enchanting setup set up, like, I know this is probably not the right amount for an actual level 30, but it's just to show you what you can do. I think it'd look better if these were out of the way and they were still in the wall. So we go bam, because this just looks better. I don't know if that'd be a level 30 though. Let's test it. Is it a level in 30? A level 30, so we're gonna need some lapis. And then we're gonna need some kind of, like, let's say, wooden sword. Can we get a level in 30 from this? Probably not, but there might. A level 24, so you need to add a little bit more to this, so... Maybe like... They're all coming from there. Oh, they are. Okay. Maybe we have a level in 30 now. Level 28, so you're gonna need a couple more. There we go. This is like a good amount. Like, I'm gonna add one more just so it like matches that. But like, you have your enchanting set up here. You can put your anvil here. Put it ender chest here. Good way to like hide it. And then if you really wanted to have your, like, you could have your bed here. It could be better for the enchanted setup here. But it's not gonna hurt you having like your bed over here, I'd say. So like, once again, let's bring out the beds. We'll have a green bed. We'll have it match most of the green, because this is a prominent color, is green. When you're doing a cave build, the best thing to do is green. So we can put the bed like maybe right here. I didn't grab the bed. How embarrassing. So we can put the bed there. We can get rid of that too. See, and it kind of matches in when you're like far away, and then when you get close, you're like, oh, there's my bed. Now, you might be thinking, oh, I maybe don't like the stone. I'm a guy who keeps stone in his cave builds, but there is people that like to use oak planks. So you might be like, oh, I want oak planks here. Guess what? Those also still look good in terms of this build. Because it's been used to death. Like, let's be honest. The oak wood aesthetic with a cave base, with grass, has been used to death, but it's iconic in terms of cave bases. So maybe bring it there. And you just keep on doing that if you want to do it with oak. I usually stick, once again, to stone, so I'm not going to continue it. Well, I'll continue it just to show you what it looks like. But, in my opinion, I like sticking with stone. It's not an awful thing to keep. In my opinion, at least. It's like when you're running through. This is also a good look. It does give it a little bit more detail, but for me, I like having the stone there. But it does help it. It does help it a lot. Maybe you want to add a little bit more to the build as well in another way. So maybe you want to change this. These are always a fun new block to build with. Is cobbled and regular deep slate. Because they can help make the build just come alive. So like we can do a little outline of what we want to do. Then maybe an outline on this side. So bam, 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 bam. And then we can, like, let's say, fill it in with some regular deep slate. Have it, you know, come alive. More details, better detail. See, it makes the cave come more alive. It has a little bit more detail to it, and it's... Okay, I've turned mobs off. I keep thinking that mobs are still on, and they're not. So you can keep adding them over. But it does help the cave aesthetic to use new cave blocks. It's always great to use these. And I do not like the nighttime. Let's fix this. Time, set, day. So it gives a little bit, like, you can easily get deep slate by going into a deep cave. You could use amethyst for some of this. I'm just showing you some of the stuff you could use. Like, I'm not necessarily saying that you have to use these blocks, but for, like, the base stuff, like this, makes a cave build come alive. Having all this, like, vegetation growing everywhere makes the cave build come alive. It just helps the aesthetic. So, like, if we come out here, you could use amethyst. They're always a fun block to use. So maybe we put it there, put it in random spots like it's coming out, you know. We come up here, maybe we break these ones and have it look like it's coming out of the ground. You know, it adds more detail. That's always something, if you're a builder, that's something you should aspire for, is to make your builds just more detailed. They're always going to look nice if you have them detailed. Like, look at that. that looks like a great build going in here. This looks like a great cave. And you have all your essential needs for the most part. Now, you might be like, oh, what about a mob spawner? What about a farm? Well, if you're next to a cave, you can easily do a farm here, or you could do a farm in a cave. You honestly could. Or you could, like, let's say, so you might not want to use an artificial cave. You could easily use a regular cave. Besides these ones, I'd say these ones are pretty difficult to make into a base. That takes so much time. For me, because I'm running this on the 1.18 snapshot, it's easier just to make your own cave or find just a smaller cave. A lot of the smaller caves you're going to find in, like, mountains, which I wouldn't be opposed to building into a mountain. Because this is caves and cliffs, so let's find a mountain really quick. I don't think I have one close by. On speed dial, if you know what I mean. Yeah, we don't have one on speed dial. I'd have to go and search for hours to find one at this point. Just kidding. They should easily spawn. But you could easily, like, let's say it's like that big in terms of blocks. You could easily make staircases going up and all that. It's not difficult to build in a mountain, especially in the new update. I think it'd be really nice to build into a cave. Like, make a cave base in a mountain. It would look nice. So, if there's other stuff you can do, like, oh, you could, for the sake of the build, like, oh, I have some deep slate iron. Maybe we can place that as well for detail. But that's kind of going overboard, in my opinion. But this here, this is perfect. This, to me, looks great. It's a great looking cave build. You guys can easily build this, especially if you've been following along. Like, this is a tutorial and also a, what's the word? A recommendation. It's a tutorial and a recommendation on how to build a cave. And I think this looks nice. If you watched to the end of this video, please subscribe. It shows me that you like the content that's coming on this channel. I have a lot of fun. This was a lot of fun designing. I am really liking this cave build. And I hope you guys like it too. Comment down below. Tell me what you think of the video. You know, you can tell me what you think of the video. Tell me what I could do better. And also, you like the video. There's a reason why YouTubers tell you to like the video. It's because it helps the video perform better. And I'm BeardBoyOG. I have a lot more build plans scheduled on the channel to come out. I did have a 3 starter house build video that I did record, but the audio was terrible, so I'm going to re-record that. That'll be the next one, but this looks nice. I'll see you guys next time.